It was November 29th of 1922, and Howard Carter was descending the stairs to the tomb of Tutankhamen. Now, King Tutankhamen was an 18th dynasty ruler of Egypt, and he ruled about 3,000 years before Howard Carter discovered his tomb. Now, Carter was eager to show the dig to the world, and especially to his financier, Lord Carnarvon. And Lord Carnarvon was equally pleased as he descended to the tomb, laughing and joking. But on the sidelines, there was a man, Arthur Regal, who was a Daily Mail reporter and also an Egyptologist, and he was jealous of the find. Arthur Regal turned to the reporter next to him, and he said that Carnarvon would only have a few weeks to live for descending into the tomb, joking as he was. Little did they know, Carnarvon would be dead in 5 months, and at the same time of his death, their family dog Lucy would die, and the power would go out in Cairo. As more and more men who were connected to the dig started dying, people connected it to the curse of Tutankhamen. My research deals with the curse of Tutankhamen and how it served as a British cultural tool between 1922 and 1923. I believe the curse was a product of this British fascination with Egypt, known as Egyptomania, and a preoccupation with occultism, the idea that supernatural forces could govern the reality that they were experiencing. I also argue that the curse had a history in British culture, since the British had used Egyptian curses prior, as seen in the sinking of the Lusitania in 1915 and the sinking of the Titanic in 1912, both of which were connected with the mummy board of Amun-Ra, a board that would cover the sarcophagus of a priestess for Amun-Ra. The curses in British culture were used as a way to cope with tragedy and to try and put some rationality into the irrational things they were experiencing. Finally, one of my arguments is that the curse was a tool of the British to understand themselves and the new nation of Egypt following the Egyptian Revolution of 1919 and their independence in 1922, and following World War I and the impact on the British. So my argument differs from that of other historians in that I don't argue whether or not the curse is real. I argue that the curse is important because it shows us the British self-perception. It gives us a window and a glimpse into who the British were, what they desired, and how they perceived empire. Like Frederick Cooper and Anne Laura Stoller, I argue that the empire is integral to understanding the British at home, and the curse was a tool for us to understand the connection. Finally, the larger perspective that I think the curse has is that it shows us how the British wanted to perceive themselves and wanted to perceive Egyptians. The new ideas about the constant identity change, about the new nation, about who British were going to be, gave them a new idea. It allows us to understand myth and ourselves.